Hello, everybody. Very basic Bible, right? As my clock dings. Yeah. There you go. It dings out on the 55 at, 8:55, 9:55, 10:55. It doesn't ding on the, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't know. Kind of strange. Anyway, go to a Bible verse. Let's hit up. What was I going to do? We'll go 1 Samuel 23. We'll just go chapter 23. Let's look. What the? Okay. 1 Samuel. Let's hit Samuel. There we go. That's kind of fun. David saved the city of Keilah. Saul pursues David. We'll just read we'll read 6 through 14. When Abiathar the son, let's make it a little bigger. Okay. All right, here we go. When Abiathar the son of Ahimelech had fled to David to Keilah, he had come down with an ephod in his hand. Now it was told Saul that David had come to Keilah. And Saul said, God has given him into my hand, for he has shut himself in by entering a town that has gates and bars. So David's in Keilah, Ahimelech's in Keilah. They're inside Keilah, and Saul's like, I can get them. He's not going to be able to get out. The people aren't going to let him leave, probably. And Saul summoned all the people to war. Ooh, Saul's going to go to war against Keilah because he wants to get to David. To go down to Keilah to besiege David and his men. David knew that Saul was plotting harm against him, and he said to Abiathar the priest to bring the ephod here. Then David said, O Lord, the God of Israel, your servant has surely heard that Saul seeks to come to Keilah. So God is talking to David is talking to God through an ephod. An ephod is like a special thing that priests use. David's not a priest, he's a king. Generally in the Bible, only priests are supposed to be like going to ephod and talking to God that way. To destroy the city on my account. Okay. Will the men of Keilah surrender me into Saul's hand? Will Saul come down, as your servant has heard? O Lord God of Israel, please tell your servant. Please tell me, God. Tell me, is Saul going to actually come down? And the Lord said, he will come down. Then David said, will the men of Keilah surrender me and my men in the hand of Saul? And the Lord said, they will surrender you. Ooh. So David's like, God, Saul's going to come down. God's like, yep. Are the men going to surrender me? Yes, David. What does David do? Then David and his men, who were about 600, arose and departed from Keilah. Okay. And they went wherever they could go. I guess even though it was a town with gates and bars, I guess the men of Keilah let them go. They went wherever they could go. When Saul was told that David had escaped from Keilah, he gave up the expedition. Okay, Saul's like, well, I guess I can't catch him now. And David remained in the strongholds in the wilderness, in the hill country of the wilderness of Ziph. And Saul sought him every day, but God did not give him into his hand. Saul's going after him in the wilderness. Saul's like looking for him. Not maybe not with the entire war, because it does say up here was to say the army. Saul summoned all the people to go to war, but then it says Saul gave up the expedition. All right? Yeah. But then right here, Saul sought David every day. Maybe this is just an example of one of the times Saul was seeking David. He thought he had him in Keilah. David left. Saul's like, oh man. So he goes home for the night. I don't know. Every day could be an exaggeration. He might have men out there while Saul is back doing king stuff. Men are out there looking for David. Who knows? But God did not give David into Saul's hand. Yeah. Ziph. I'm going to go look that word up. Let's Control C. Control V. 14. The sons of Gad. The Ziphian, Haggai, Shunai, Ezbon, Eri, Erodi, and Erili. That's not the same Ziph. Then the borders shall extend to Ziphron, and its limits shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your northern border. Okay, that's not the same Ziph either. Look at that. Ziph Telem Beheloth. Mayon Carmel Ziph Judah. This is 1524 in Joshua, 1555 in the wilderness of Ziph. 2314. 2315, wilderness of Ziph. That's what we were just reading, right? Look, 23:19. Then the Ziphites went to Saul, saying, is not David hiding among us in the strongholds? 23:24. They arose and went to Ziph ahead of Saul. Okay, so some people. 26. Then the Ziphites, the people who lived in the wilderness of Ziph, I guess so, because is not David hiding among us in the strongholds? Remember, David was in the strongholds of the wilderness. And this is the wilderness of Ziph, right? So Saul's going after David at Ziph. The Ziphites are telling on David. Look, then the Ziphites came to Saul at Gibeah, saying, is not David hiding himself? Come on now. And down here, where is it at? They say it twice. The Ziphites went up to Saul. Yeah. So that's verse chapter 23, and this is chapter 26. So these Ziphites are like ratting David out. So Saul arose and went down to the wilderness of Ziph with 3,000 chosen men of Israel to seek David in the wilderness of Ziph. Okay. All right. Let's look at the bottom. There's no more things. So we've got Chronicles, Second Chronicles, Psalm 54, and nothing down here. Okay. The sons of Caleb and the brothers of Jerahmeel. Marshah, his firstborn, who fathered Ziph. Is that the same Ziph that the wilderness of Ziph is named after? We could look it up. We could find out. We could trace it. Maybe, maybe not. The sons of Jahalalel, Ziph, Zipha, Tiria, and Asherah. I don't know. Gath, Marshah, Ziph. It's genealogy, this whole thing. My wife's sneaking down the stairs. To the choir master with stringed instruments in Psalm 54:1. A maskil of David. When the Ziphites went and told Saul, is not David hiding among us? Oh God, save me by your name and vindicate me by your might. So while David was being chased by Saul because the Ziphites ratted him out, David starts praying stuff. That's pretty cool. A maskil of David. The choir master. So it's music, right? Stringed instruments. David did instrument stuff. God, save me by your might. Is he singing a song? When is it? So pretty cool. We got a psalm that David wrote, recording our stuff. David wrote a psalm while then the Ziphites went up to Saul at Gibeah. Pretty cool. Yeah. So you can go and trace, Ziph all through it and find some weird stuff, weird names of people. All right, guys, I guess that's good enough. We'll see y'all in the next very basic Bible.